All right, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
So Leroy,
Mm-hmm.
last name
Williams.
Williams.
Uh,
What do you go by?
I go by Lee.
Lee.
Mm-hmm.
And then how do you want us to write you on the website?
Uh,
Leroy or Leroy L-Lee-R Williams?
Put the whole name. Go Lee, first name, Roy, middle name, Williams.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell me a little about you. Like what's your background? Who are you?
My background, I was fortunate enough to have two beautiful parents, mother and father that were, I'm an Air Force brat. My mother was the first black woman to be accepted into the Air Force in California. And my father was one of the first black men to be accepted in the Air Force. So with that being said, we've traveled around the world and lived elsewhere. We lived in Germany, France, came back here to the States to live and go to school. Graduated from high school and graduated from Crenshaw High School in Los Angeles in '69, a long time ago. After graduating from high school, I went to Cal Poly Pomona. Majored in physical education and minored in sports medicine. Played basketball, high school and college. That was probably my first knee operation was my introductory into physical therapy.
And where was that?
When?
Do you sit back and
No,
chill?
I'm good.
Okay.
That was in '70.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So, but prior to that, you were playing basketball and other sports, or no?
No, it was just basketball. And after I had my operation in '70, I had one of the first tendon transplants. It was only 12 of those surgeries that had went on that year.
Oh, wow.
And I was one of the first, and it came out successfully. After my surgery, I continued to play ball for the next 5 years at Cal Poly. So that was my introduction to physical therapy. Not knowing what I wanted to do when I graduated from college, physical therapy just kind of came to me. A chiropractor came to me one day and said to me, I was at a chiropractic convention. And all these chiropractors.
What were you doing there?
I was working for the Hyde House, security.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
security. So I'm walking around in my suit and tie, not uniform, my suit and tie.
Right.
Plain clothes security, like me being 6'10", plain clothes security.
Yeah.
So I'm walking around this convention, and it was nothing but chiropractors. And I'm looking at all this equipment that I knew how to operate.
Right.
I didn't know how to operate that. So this chiropractor came up to me and he says, man, you got a beautiful smile. So I said, okay,
Thank you.
I said, thank you, He says, you'd make a great chiropractor. Now, mind you, I was 25 then, and not knowing where I was going or how I was going to live. So that next week, he gave me his card. The next week,
Did you call him?
I lost the card.
Oh, my God.
I lost the card.
It wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be. So then I did my research and found out that I was going to have to go another 3 or 4 more years of school.
You're like, hell no,
I said,
I'm done with that.
I said, I'm done with
Maximum I'll give you 2.
Maximum I'll give you 2. You talking about 3 to 5 years? No, I can't do it. So I did more research and I called up to the state board and found out that I was eligible to take the test.
Nice.
I didn't have to go back to school.
So is this a physical therapy aide or
Physical therapy assistant.
assistant?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I got all my paperwork back from there.
Now, how did you know how to use those equipment before?
Because I was trained in it
As this athlete.
as an athlete.
Yes.
Yeah. So it just kind of just stuck in my head, and I spent a lot of time in the training room.
That's right.
So I was always getting worked on, and enjoying being worked on and being touched and all this kind of stuff. So, not knowing
what the universe had intended for you.
Had intended for me to do. It was like, oh man. So, I go to UCLA. No, going back a minute. Going through my physical therapy. I'm going to UCLA and I'm seeing these physical therapists. So I look out and all these muscle cars are out there. Benz, Mustangs. So I asked the guy, I said, man, whose cars are those? He said, those are our cars. He said, I asked him, what do you guys do? We're physical therapists. And they're wearing shorts to work and tennis shoes to work. And I'm saying, damn, that seems like an interesting job.
Right.
That was an initial thing.
Right.
Okay. Not knowing I was going to be doing what they were doing.
Right.
Okay. Going after calling the state, finding out what more education I had to get to take the test. He said I qualified to take the test. And then after I got that information, I reached out to physical therapist offices to volunteer my time. Because I was making money, I was young, and I had enough time to volunteer.
Right.
So I said, well, where do I want to volunteer my time? So I opened up the Yellow Pages in Inglewood. Like this. And this, I swear I did this.
Oh, wow.
And it said, what is this? It said Inglewood Physical Therapy. So I called them.
Wow.
And I went there and I talked to management or who the powers to be. And I said, I'm interested in this. You don't have to pay me. I'll just come in here and train, and so that's where it started.
Wow.
That's how I got into physical therapy.
Wow.
Then that branches off into massage therapy, and how I got into that was the front office lady was a senior citizen, and her and I didn't get along too well. I got along with her, but she really didn't care for me, I don't think. She called me in one day. She said, "Lynn, I want to talk to you." So I thought she wanted to talk to me about something inappropriate. Okay? Now, I was dating a couple of the patients.
Okay.
Yeah, I was doing.
I'm sorry. That goes with the territory of being tall, handsome.
So I'm starting to get on the defensive.
Right.
Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
She says, "Lee, you have something special." And I'm saying, "Jan, what do you mean?" She says, whenever you work on somebody, they walk out of here smiling, they're turning flips.
Good night.
Good night.
Guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
If you
See you tomorrow.
can send me your schedule so I can.
Okay.
So I said, "Jan, what are you talking about?" She said, "Well, you're special, Lee. You have something special. When you work on people, they leave out of them smiling. They're not hurting. They want to turn flips. They want to jump in the air." And then I start noticing when I work on people, there was a special energy that came across. After that conversation, 2 or 3 days later, somebody asked me if I made house calls. I didn't even have a massage table. I really wasn't even trained in massaging. I was just doing,
What you thought was right to do.
What I thought was right to do. I knew anatomy, I knew physiology, so
That's all you need to know.
Yeah. So that's how I got in. That's how I got into the massage part of it. I've worked at hospitals. I worked at Centinela, Daniel Freeman, Cedars-Sinai, Century City, different clinics. Now, I've never worked for a chiropractor. I never worked until I met Mel.
Right.
I don't know what that's about. I don't know if they were intimidated by me or they were afraid I was going to take their patients or but I never worked with a chiropractor. So, with the different clinics, the hospitals, and then all of a sudden I was making more money than the RPTs.
Huh.
Because I was making house calls and I was,
And people wanted you back.
And they wanted me back. I had clients that I've worked on now for 35 years.
Wow.
We literally watched each other get old together.
Wow. And see the body change.
Yeah, see the body change. Oh
Fascinating.
man. Oh man. And the pressures they used to get take, now they can't take that kind of pressure.
That's right.
I mean, it's a whole.
It's interesting,
It's
huh?
interesting. Yeah.
God
yeah.
is so funny.
Oh man. So, yeah. So one
So
thing.
you met Mel, Dr. Mel.
So I met Mel when I opened up my own spa, which was 8,000 square feet. It was a major facility.
Wow, that's major facility.
It was a major facility.
Where was it?
It was in Culver City.
Oh, right. Around the.
Yeah, it was
around
on
here.
Washington between Fairfax and Los Angeles.
Okay, I know where that is.
Mm-hmm. It's an art gallery now, but I kept that open for 12 years.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
And what were your client types?
All types.
Did you have like sports, prenatal, pressure, trigger
Oh,
point?
I did everything: sports, prenatal,
Wow.
senior citizen, all types. I even had a 3-month-old baby that pediatric massages. I did that.
What was wrong with the 3-month-old?
She grew too fast and came out with a stiff neck. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did she have like torticollis kind of a thing?
Yeah.
Or was it just a stiff neck?
It was. I don't remember what it was. I was. My partner at the time. My business partner at the time was a pediatrician.
Mm-hmm.
So she referred this little girl to me.
Wow.
Yeah. I was just told she had a stiff neck and she needed to be massaged.
Mm-hmm. So your facility, your 8,000 square feet facility, was with the other medical doctors?
Yes.
Who else was there?
It was with a medical doctor. It was her and I.
Okay.
And then we went out of business within a year and a half, 2 years. Then the owners of the property, they liked what I was doing. They saw the potential, so they invested their time and money into the situation. And the owner of the property he's a cardiologist. In fact, he's my personal physician now. He came aboard and became my partner. So we were able to keep the place open for 12 years.
Good for you.
But it didn't make no money. I didn't start making any money until I became an independent contractor.
Really?
Yeah.
It's easier.
It's easier.
And you know what? You don't have to be massaging a patient thinking about, do I have rent to pay this month?
Oh my God, am I going to pay for these lights?
Am I going to have this?
Yeah.
Do I have enough lotion? Do I have enough money for lotion? Yeah.
Right.
I hear you.
Yeah, I went through all that.
So right now, what do you want for your patients? What do you look for when a patient comes, lays on your table? What is your protocol? Do you have a protocol, or you just go based on individual person?
I go on a protocol, but I go on instincts too.
Tell me. Well, you have so much experience that it automatically comes in.
It automatically comes in, but my evaluations are very simple. Where you hurting, where you're not hurting, headaches, dizziness, what's going on with you, let me know. And I pick up their needs as I talk to them. I can talk to them 3 or 4 minutes.
Right, that's enough.
Yeah, and that's enough. As long as, I'm a soft tissue expert. I'm not, when it comes to structural and I'm a fascia expert. When it comes to structural, like stuff that you do.
Right.
That's
where Mel comes in.
Right.
That's perfect.
Right.
Now, do you also do weight loss massage? Like, there was this big, huge ad on Facebook. This lady was selling this little rod that said that's like a fascia. It's going to break your fascia. It's going to make your cellulites go away.
Right.
It was bullshit.
Yeah.
But it will break the fascia. But you could be on a foam roll.
Right.
So what massages are there for weight loss, if there is any, or like body contouring?
I'm big on cellulite massage.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell me.
I really think the cellulite massage works. I have clients that are in their 50s, 60s, 70s, they have no cellulite because they've been getting massages for
No
such
way.
a long time. Mhm.
Don't tell me that.
I'm
I'll be on
serious.
that table
I'm
tomorrow on the
serious.
books.
I have so
First
many,
person is me.
I have so many clients that
How many visits do they see? Once a week? Twice a
once
week?
a week, once a week,
For how long,
Uh,
typically, before they can see results?
3 sessions.
No way.
Yes.
You're killing me.
Yeah, 3 sessions.
All these years I've lived with this.
I know you don't have to live with that.
And why do you think cellulite is there?
Oh, I think it's connective tissue.
That's right.
Yeah, and once you break that connective tissue, it pops. The
Wow,
dimple
those
pops
dimples
back
pop.
out. They pop back out.
Yeah.
And the machine that I've used now for at least 10 years. In fact, I let somebody borrow it, and she loves it, so I can't ask her for it back. But it's called a GX99.
Uh-huh.
You know the GX99?
No, tell me. I'm going to look it up though.
Okay, it's a very high-end massager.
Right.
And cellulite. You don't need no magic. It just needs to be massaged.
That's it.
That's it.
It just needs to be broken up.
It needs to be broken up, but it just needs to be massaged. People that get massages have a lot less cellulite than people that don't.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else? Well, what was Mel's influence in your life? Like, when did he come in?
Mel came
How was
into my
the
life.
relationship?
Mel came into my life by accident. He used to work with a lady that did colon hydrotherapy, and we were going through some. We had some space available, so she came in and brought her practice in, and Mel came along with her.
Mm-hmm.
So the connection that Mel and I have is that he's 6'7", I'm 6'10", and we can look at each other eye to eye.
There's no neck pain or back pain with that one.
No.
With me, I think you get low back pain because you really have to do that.
Yeah. It's a luxury. But and then him and I we got along. We got along. There's no intimidation. There's no jealousy. It's smooth. It's smooth.
Yeah.
Because when you're as physical as Mel and I are, when you've got that kind of height, there's always some kind of something that people don't like or they don't care, or so it's easy working with him. And then we can collaborate, and I can ask him questions, he can ask me questions, or I can refer him patients. And I'm not worried about him taking any of my patients. I mean, if it happens, it happens, and he's not worried about me taking his patients or clients.
If you're complimenting each other.
Yeah. It's just we are complimenting each other.
Yeah, he knows what you do, and you know what he does, and we just leave it as that, and educate the patient in between.
We leave it at that. Yeah.
So tell me about a couple of miracle stories that you have experienced in
Miracle stories.
How many years? 40 years?
40 years. Miracle stories.
Crazy miracles, going like, oh my God.
Crazy miracle stories. God, they've been so common.
I know. You know what is so common to you is a rare incident in other practitioners' lives. It's you're really, really blessed to have a gift to be able to deliver that and live through, what they receive, the health and the happiness they receive. You just get that back to you.
I got one miracle. I got one miracle story that comes up. I used to work at a hospice. This was a home of people that were getting ready to check out or getting ready to die, and I'd start working on. This was so funny. I started working on one patient, and all of a sudden, this patient will get up and want to walk around and want to go right, even though they were going to check out anyway. But they wanted to watch TV. They ate more. They wanted to come out on the porch and sit in the sun.
Wow.
So, as I'm working on this one patient, and people are seeing this patient get strong, the other patients are seeing this patient get stronger, so she'll get up and walk around. And the patient's saying, "Damn, what is he doing with her? God, he got her all, So, another patient, says, well, can I get physical therapy from Lee? Okay, so same thing happens, okay? So that is happening, and the owner of the hospice comes to me and says, Lee, you're costing me money. And I'm saying, what do you mean?
You keep them alive.
You keep them alive. He said, Lee,
That is too.
these people are eating more since you've been here. They're smiling, and then all of a sudden I had 8 or 9 people I had to see, scheduling man over here and there, and a couple of the people went home.
That's definitely costing him money.
I know. A couple of people left there and went home and started driving, and they were driving themselves around. I might have extended their life a little longer. I know I did because, So that's a story that comes up because that could have been a comedy. Because these people are laying there just getting ready to die, and then they see somebody that was getting ready to die next door to them, and they're walking around and eating. So, that, and then people that are constantly saying, amazing, amazing, amazing. And I'm just trying to think what, Oh, we're talking about weight loss. What happens with weight loss and massage, and I've noticed this, and this is kind of a miracle too, but when people start getting massages from me, if I see them twice a month, what happens is they become more conscious of their own health, and they tend to eat right, eat better things, and they're having a better lifestyle when they do start getting massages. And the massages I do are probably, I'm just not rubbing oil on people. Every one of my strokes has a purpose. I mean, my strokes aren't just to rub somebody. Every stroke that I lay out, and I call my strokes colors, because every time I do a massage, it's like I'm doing a painting. And I don't know what colors I'm going to use that day or what colors I'm not going to use. So I try to make my massages, every time I work on somebody, a little different. Even though I don't try to make them different, they're different because people tend to get bored of the same strokes.
And also they might have different demands or needs.
Demands and needs,
Yes.
Yeah.
Their life, like the gentleman or the person that you're massaging for 35 years, and you see his body changing. Your stroke has to change.
It has to change. It has to change.
The colors have to be different now.
Colors have to be different.
They're a little more pastel.
Right. They're a little more pastel. They're not as sharp. So that's something about me. Whenever I do a massage or whenever I do a treatment, it's like I'm doing a different painting. I got to see what kind of strokes I'm going to lay down, or I got to see what kind of colors I'm going to lay down. And I combine my massage with my physical therapy background as far as stretching, range of motion stuff. I do manual traction. So I'm doing miracle stuff every day. It might be miracle, like you said, it might be miracle to somebody else, but something happens to me today. I'm working on a lady, she's 70 plus. I got a lot of seniors too, but she's 70 plus, and she says, Lee, all I want you to do is work on my neck and shoulders today, which was wonderful. I mean, you don't need a full body, then I'm not gonna do it. Just working her neck and shoulders, and she was purely happy with that. So I probably could tell you a whole lot more stuff, but I can't think now.
What do you enjoy most in life?
Helping people. I mean, it's, I get so many rewards in helping people. I'd do this for free if I didn't have to make any money. I would. And the thing about it is people, one of the most amazing things about what I do is people trusting you. The trust is important. yeah, that's you know, if I can help somebody and have fun doing it, I'm good.
Awesome. That's beautiful. Well, that's it.
That's it for the interview.
That's it.
Okay. Okay.